this illustrated explainer video about guide dogs for the blind.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some are furry and walk on 4 legs.
A yellow lab guide dog in harness.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe everyone deserves to live the life they want to live and to move through the world safely and confidently. Which is why we match people who are blind or visually impaired living in the US or Canada with exceptional guide dogs at no cost to them.
A person with a guide dog.
We even help with veterinary bills and ongoing essential support. We create these life-changing partnerships entirely through private donations and with the help of thousands of volunteers. And of course, with our incredible dogs.
A group of people with dogs.
Our dogs are guide dogs at the DNA level. We breed them specifically to do this work.
2 dogs and a DNA helix.
At 3 days old, our dogs start spending time with volunteers called puppy socializers.
A person with a newborn puppy.
Being a puppy socializer isn't just a dream job. It's how we help our puppies get comfortable being around humans.
A volunteer interacts with puppies.
At 8 to 10 weeks, puppies go live with volunteer puppy raisers.
A puppy raiser receives a puppy.
These volunteers dedicate a year of their lives to get these dogs ready for more advanced training.
The dog matures.
When the dogs come back to the school, our world-class staff teach them the complex skills required to become successful guide dogs.
2 GDB instructors train dogs.
After about 12 weeks of training, a dog is matched with their person.
A person hugs a guide dog.
This matching process is part art and part science, and always quite remarkable. Our clients and dogs undergo 2 weeks of personalized training together and begin to form a magical and lasting bond.
A person and guide dog in caps and gowns.
After graduating, clients return home with their guide dogs, empowered to enjoy their lives with greater mobility, independence, and inclusion.
3 scenes of people with their guide dogs at home, work, and play.
None of this would be possible without the generosity of our extended community of volunteers and donors.
A group of people and dogs.
To learn more about supporting our life-changing mission, visit us online.
GDB logo and URLs. GuideDogs.com and GDBinternational.ca.
Enjoy a peek into Guide Dogs for the Blind's Puppy Center, where 2 yellow lab puppies romp in an indoor play area full of colorful structures and a variety of toys.
Meet Kylie. She happens to be blind. That may seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how awkward people can be around her.
Kylie waits at a bus stop with her guide dog. A woman looks at her quizzically. Question marks appear over the woman's head.
So here are some tips to keep us all moving through the world safely and confidently. Always speak directly to a person with a visual impairment, not their guide dog. Remember, that dog has a job to do.
Good morning.
Hello.
Would you like directions to an open seat?
Sure.
There's 2 rows back on your left.
Thanks.
Kylie gets on the bus with her guide dog and sits across from a woman and child.
Oh, Mom, don't pet that dog. It's working.
Now at the office.
At our office, Kylie's colleagues make sure to introduce themselves when they enter the room and to let her know when they leave.
Sarah stands in the doorway of Kylie's office.
Hi, Kylie. It's Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Did you see the latest episode of Bachelorette on Mars?
I can't believe Abe got put in the spaceship. I thought for sure it would be Lenny.
Thought bubble with a bachelor on a spaceship.
Same.
Are we still on for a shopping trip over lunch?
Yep. I'll see you then. Bye.
Speak directly to people with visual impairments rather than speaking to their friend, their guide dog, or anyone else. And be specific when providing directions.
A boutique storefront. Sales associate with Sarah and Kylie.
Hello, how can I help you?
Actually, it's my friend Kylie who needs help.
And what is she looking for?
She is looking for jeans.
Oh, they're over there. I mean, just ahead of you a few steps. Boyfriend jeans are on the left and mom jeans are on the right.
A restaurant.
Kylie's looking forward to a date with her boyfriend, James.
Kylie, James, and guide dog wait to be seated.
Sorry, no animals allowed in the restaurant.
Actually, guide dogs are allowed anywhere the general public is allowed.
Oh, right this way then.
Kylie and James sit at a table with the dog chilling on the floor like a good doggo.
Hey, Kylie, do you want me to read the menu to you?
Sure. Thank you.
James and Kylie with their food.
This smells amazing.
Should I describe where things are?
Yes, please.
There's spicy chicken curry and rice at the top of your plate and braised greens at the bottom. Your wine is above the plate to the right.
Mmm, so good.
Kylie gives a romantic smile to James. Spinach in her teeth.
Honey, you have spinach in your teeth.
Thanks so much for letting me know.
Let's let Kylie and James enjoy their dinner. For more information and helpful tips, visit guidedogs.com.
San Rafael, look at this crowd today. I'm so excited that you're all here. My name is Marty Schurstel. I work in the development department here at Guide Dogs for the Blind, and thank you for joining us today, whether you're in the room and we have a full house, or whether you're joining us online. We are live streaming here from sunny California in San Rafael from our Guide Dogs for the Blind campus. Whether you're joining us for your first time, your second, your 30th, I think there's people over 100. Welcome. We're so glad to be with you. We're here to celebrate 5 new guide dog teams today and 2 breeder dog presentations. And we also want to thank, of course, all the people who helped make today happen. That includes our puppy raisers. And I'm wearing a puppy raising t-shirt. Inside every guide dog beats the heart of a puppy raiser. Thank you. You put your heart and your soul into each dog, and it shows. And we're going to hear some great speeches today from some of you. Thank you. I can't wait to hear that. I also like to thank, and this is self-interest, the people who donate to Guide Dogs for the Blind. Thank you. You make everything possible here today. We couldn't do it. Okay. And we have some very special thanks today. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do these now. Lillian Trimaroli for her generous sponsorship of a harness for each class throughout 2025. We'd also like to thank John Palaglu of San Francisco for his team sponsorship of Denise Vansil and Kilby. And we have one more to thank, the Berkeley Puppy Raising Club for its sponsorship of the harness for Rosa, Musalam, and Kincaid. And of course, we'd also like to thank all the hardworking staff and volunteers of Guide Dogs for the Blind. Thank you for all you do to support our mission. There's a lot of us here today. So happy to see that. And we'll get to introduce the class instructional team and others after we show a video in a moment. For all of you, whether you help, by working with the dogs and administration or directly with our clients, we're so grateful for all that you do. Now, before we get to the presentations, we're going to start with a short video about our mission. The video is audio described, so in addition to the narrator, you will hear a second voice describing scenes in the video. Captions are also included. These inclusive features ensure everyone can access and enjoy the video.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe that everyone deserves to move through the world safely and confidently, to live the life they want to live.
A man and his guide dog walk through a park.
Our life-changing programs meet people who are blind or visually impaired wherever they are along their journey, whether that's by matching individuals with highly qualified guide dogs, providing guide dog readiness skills in our orientation and mobility immersion program.
A man holds a white cane and smiles broadly.
Or pairing youth and adults with the companionship of a canine buddy.
A young girl cuddles with her canine buddy.
Together, we are GDB.
My name is Renee Carrasco. My dog's name is Snoopy.
Renee sits in front of a fireplace.
So the reason that I wanted to get a guide dog was because I came across some videos from Guide Dogs for the Blind, and that was my introduction to guide dog travel.
Renee and Snoopy walk along a city sidewalk and cross a street at an intersection.
What I saw was the ease of travel, the speed that the guide dog handler would move with. That's what I wanted for myself. And not only that, but it was also the companionship.
Renee and Snoopy play with a tug toy outside in the yard.
Working with Snoopy has changed my life dramatically. Because there's so much freedom that comes along with having a guide dog. It's made the hard parts of blindness not so hard.
Renee sits next to Snoopy and gives him a pat on the chest.
I feel like my outlook on life and the world is so much more positive having Snoopy in my life.
My name is Amit Ahuja and my guide dog's name is Tashi.
I had the opportunity to complete Guide Dogs for the Blind's Orientation and Mobility Immersion Program.
Amit stands on a path with his white cane.
And not only did it help me learn to navigate my environment more safely using a white cane, it also made me an even more confident guide dog handler.
My experience was just fabulous.
Amit and his O&M instructor analyze an intersection and cross a city street.
We trained in different locations, practiced different skills, worked out a way to analyze a traffic crossing. I think GDB has transformed my life. To say that it's meeting my needs would be an understatement.
My name is Ella, and this is my canine buddy, Lafferty.
Ella sits on the floor of a living room next to a black lab.
Lafferty is just so amazing in many ways. He's such a good boy. He brings me so much joy and is one of my best friends.
With kids with visual impairments,
Ella's mom, Christy McKerney.
The struggle is real for social contact. It's hard to make friends sometimes. And with Lafferty, he's an automatic draw for all kids, which is wonderful. Lafferty has totally opened up, for Ella, new social connections.
Back to Ella.
I would recommend canine buddies. They're just really good dogs, and they can change a person's life and make it better.
All of Guide Dogs for the Blind services are provided free of charge, and our work is made possible by the generous support of our donors and volunteers.
Renee sits next to Snoopy on the grass in the park.
We receive no government funding.
This organization has made such a huge impact on my life and the lives of so many countless people, and the donors are the ones that make that possible.
Close-up of Snoopy.
Thank you so much.
Ella and Lafferty.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Amit and his guide dog Tashi sit on a beach and watch the sunset.
Together, we are unstoppable. To learn more about our life-changing programs and to support our work, please visit guidedogs.com or scan the QR code.
I always need a minute after the video. Okay. You can also visit guidedogs.com for much more of our videos, stories. Our social media handles are in your program and there too. And with that, we'll get the presentation of the breeding stock program going with Chelsea Allen. I'd like to call you up to the stage from our breeding department. Chelsea, welcome.
Hello, everyone. I am actually Carol Simmons from the breeding department, which is fine. So I am here to introduce, we have a couple of our brand new breeder dogs being presented today. And so to begin with, Guide Dogs for the Blind breeds Labrador Retrievers, Golden Retrievers, and Lab Golden Crosses that are specifically selected for excellent temperament, intelligence, and health for our guide dogs and our canine buddies. Once a dog is added into our breeding program, it is placed into a carefully screened and loving custodial home that lives within a 50-mile radius of our San Rafael campus. So again, I have the pleasure today of introducing two of our new dogs. So to begin with, we have Bengal, who is a female black Labrador Retriever. She was raised by Zoe, Andrew, and Aya Glass and ZQ of Seattle, Washington. Her breeder custodian is Carolyn and Steve Boyce.
Hi, my name is Zoe.
I'm happy to start, but that looks like it's going to be great to listen to. I'm Carolyn Boyce. Bengal is our second breeder, and this is, I think, the first time I've been part of a ceremony in this way, and definitely the first time that I've got to meet puppy raisers. And I will say that after meeting Zoe and her family, I can absolutely see why Bengal is the way she is and why she's so wonderful. I'm so grateful to all of you and very grateful to be part of the Guide Dogs for the Blind community as a breeder custodian. She is just bringing amazing joy to what would have been an empty nest and is no longer. Thank you so much.
I'm Zoe, and I got to co-raise Bengal with Becca. And we wrote a graduation letter together because she couldn't be here today. But first off, we'd like to thank our club leaders, Robin, Terry, Tricia, and our PFM Tana. Sorry. As well as all of our Seattle club. Bengal arrived on St. Patrick's Day, full of feistiness, curiosity, and she loved to entertain herself and would often place a toy in the middle of the room and then sit next to it and then pounce in the air and leap on it. On the toy as if she were a cat. Yeah, sure. As a baby puppy, Bengal was mischievous and opinionated, but she knew how to work those sweet puppy eyes and melted everyone's hearts. People who met Bengal often would tell me how they felt they had already known her for a very long time. She just has one of those souls. She works hard, plays hard, naps hard, and is always one who loves to please. Bengal knows how to get belly rubs from everyone she meets. She was always great on outings and accompanied us to beaches, concerts, 9, ferry rides, and even a restaurant called Bengal Tiger, which my family has coincidentally been going to for the past 20 years, so it was quite fun when we got her. We enjoyed training and learning from Bengal, but enjoyed her snuggles the most. She helped us heal and say goodbye to our previous dogs while also showing us her own unique personality. We will always treasure the memories we've made together and are grateful to her for creating new friendships. And we know she will be a great mom and cannot wait to see her Bengal Tiger cubs. It has been a joy to raise a spunky, sweet, cuddly puppy, and we are so excited for you to be Bengal's breeder custodians and know that she's going to love living with you guys. Yeah.
Thank you guys very much. And next we have Rudder, who is a male yellow Labrador retriever raised by Kathleen Bowen of Katy, Texas. And Rudder's breeder custodian is Trish Taylor.
Rudder and I had a special connection before he was even born. The first dog I raised was an outstanding dog who became a working guide, and I really wanted to raise another dog from those bloodlines. That dog's sister happened to become a breeder, so I asked to raise one of her puppies. Additionally, while raising my first dog, my 90-year-old father lived with us. He was fascinated by the work we did with the dogs, and at 90, he even watched Pick of the Litter. When my father passed away, my sisters graciously donated to name a dog. Dad was big into sailing. We felt the name Rudder was appropriate. I did not plan to raise the dog my family named. I was adamant I wanted to raise one of Apricot's puppies. And with GDB's naming protocols, I didn't think that name would be used for her litter, but GDB is a special place and magic happens here. Apricot had puppies. There was one male in the litter. They would begin with the letter R. I would be raising Rudder after all. And coincidentally, Rudder's breeder custodian was also his grandfather's breeder custodian. Yeah. So I picked him up at 8 weeks old, love at first sight. Oh my goodness, was he a rambunctious, energetic puppy. But throughout our time together, 3 characteristics of his really stood out. First, his intelligence and work ethic. The moment his green training vest came out, he transformed from a big, goofy, and extremely clumsy puppy into a focused working dog. It was amazing to watch. Second is his joy for life. No matter the event, the tail's wagging, the ears are bouncing, there's a trot in his step. He is the only dog I've ever had that is joyful to go to the vet. Third was his kindness. I have a rescue dog at home who's extremely timid. As Rudder grew, my dog became a little intimidated by his size. So Rudder simply adjusted his play style. He would lie on the ground so that they could play together, and my personal dog would no longer be afraid of him. Lastly, he loves his people. This boy loves big. When he sees somebody he knows, he lights up. There is so much affection and love in his heart. And don't tell him, but he thinks he is a lap-sized dog. So to GDB, I say thank you for allowing me to be a part of his journey. I am forever grateful. To the Puppy Raising Village in Houston, thank you for your support, guidance, encouragement. You are the reason he is here today. Much love to all of you. To Trish, thank you for loving the big man as much as I do. As a puppy raiser, raising a dog that becomes a guide or a canine buddy allows you to see the success of your efforts the moment they graduate. Raising a breeder is far more nuanced. While the outcomes may not be immediately evident, graduation brings hope that the foundation you work to provide for your puppy translates into exponential successes and a legacy of changing lives. It also brings the anticipation of puppies, lots and lots of puppies.
Hi, I'm Trish Taylor. I have been involved with guide dogs since about 2000. I have been a breeder custodian, and this is my 6th breeder. I've had 3 males and 3 females, and Drummer was his grandfather. Drummer has been famous. He was the Brad Pitt of the breeding colony here. And everyone wanted a Drummer puppy. And I was very fortunate to get Rudder, who I had requested, and I didn't know if I was going to get him or not. But he's been a blessing. He's so happy. Every time you come in the door or walk in the room, his tail is wagging. He is full of love. He's smart. I had Primrose, who was really smart, and she was eye-to-eye contact. And Drummer was very mellow. And interestingly enough, Rudder's kind of the basic combination of the two of them. He want to know who you are, where you are. He loves everybody. He's just very smart, very kind, and he just can't wait to please. And I can't wait for him to have babies, because that's the most wonderful thing about living close enough is we get to go see the puppies. And it's so much fun. So I'm hoping that he makes lots of wonderful puppies, and I'm so grateful to meet Kathleen. We've had a good bond already for the last couple months, and I'm so happy that you raised such a beautiful boy. You did an awesome job.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And I'm going to turn the microphone over to Jane, who will announce our class. It's the day of names.
It is. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Before we get to presenting our guide dog graduates of Class 1034, I wanted to give a little background on our guide dog training program and recognize all of the hard work that has been achieved by each of our graduates. Before I get into that, I'd love to introduce our instructional staff from Team Class 1034. So I have our supervisor, Chelsea Allen, Senior Instructor Palmer Dooley, and Senior Instructor Adam Gilbert. Thank you so much, guys. So the class training program here at Guide Dogs for the Blind is a 2-week intensive immersive program where our students come to stay here in our residence building. meals and housekeeping are provided, and that's to give time for the students to focus on bonding with their new guide dog. So let's give a round of applause and thank our wonderful chef, housekeeping, and RAs here at Guide Dogs. Over the course of their class program, our students work hard to accomplish their individual goals with their guides, such as working in neighborhoods without sidewalks, riding on escalators, crossing wide, busy intersections, and doing routes at night. We applaud their hard work today and their dedication to their new guides as they flourish as a team. Without further ado, it's my honor to present the graduating class of 1034. To begin, we have Kathy Austin. She is receiving Riley, a female Black Labrador Retriever, raised by Catherine Jordan and Todd Lair of Redwood Estates, California. Kathy is from Homewood, Illinois, just outside of Chicago, and Riley is her 5th guide dog. She is a former master gardener and is excited to introduce Riley to her retired guide, Rowan, and also her retired husband.
Here you go, Kathy. You got it.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming today to cheer us on. I'm so thankful to everybody that's a part of Guide Dogs for the Blind for giving me 5 wonderful dogs. And I got a little party girl here. So, but a big thank you to our puppy raisers, Jordan, Catherine, Todd, and Jake. They did a wonderful job building that foundation for a puppy to behave well. I know how hard it is to break in a new puppy and to do all the good things, and they've done a wonderful job giving Riley a really great foundation, and I'm really grateful. Thank you to Jane for training Riley with her formal guide dog work. She did an awesome job. And thank you to Adam for putting up with an old handler who was a little set in her ways. Thank you to the nursing staff who patched me up a little bit along the way this time around. They were so caring and professional, and I can't say enough about the nursing staff. And again, thank you to everybody that's involved with GDB. My life has changed immensely for this. And thank you so much.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be celebrating Riley's graduation today. Riley was my very first guide dog puppy, and she really was the whole package. Super smart, fun, beautiful, confident, and just happy all the time. She has such a love for life and is always ready for a new adventure. When I first heard about this program, I couldn't wait to get started. I always loved animals, and this felt like such a meaningful way to make a difference. Training Riley was definitely a lot of work, more than I expected at times, but it was also so rewarding. I learned patience, consistency, and how to celebrate the little victories every day. One of my favorite things about Riley was how she would jump into position on my left side and look up at me like she was saying, "What's next? Let's do this." She was always eager to learn, and it's been amazing watching her grow and reach this point. This moment also feels special because of my grandma. She loved dogs just like I do, and she spent part of her life teaching people how to read Braille. If she were here today, I know she'd be so proud and so excited to see Riley starting her new chapter as a guide dog. It makes me feel really connected to her. It's not easy to say goodbye, and I'm going to miss Riley so much. But I know she's moving on to do something incredible, and I'm so excited for Kathy, who gets to have her next. Riley, thank you for being such an awesome first puppy. I'm so proud of you, and I know you and Kathy are going to make an amazing team.
Thank you so much, guys.
Let's go this way.
All right. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Megan DiMartino. She received Adrian, a male yellow Labrador Retriever raised by Hector and Natalie Olvera of Georgetown, Texas. Adrian is her 2nd guide dog, Meg is a middle school math teacher in upstate New York, and she is excited to introduce Adrian to her family and our pet dog, Oreo.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our class graduation. First, I would just love to thank this amazing community. The Guide Dog School is unparalleled to any other option out there. And it was a true honor meeting all of my classmates. I know we're all going to stay in touch, so that'll be great to make more memories together and watch our pups get older. Thank you so much to Jane and all the staff. Jane was Adrian's trainer, and we spent the last 2 weeks together. We had a lot of good times.
We worked hard too.
We worked hard too, of course, but Adrian is one special guy. He is loving, and he aims to please always. He loves his treats. He will sometimes en route stop and look up at me like it's time to be paid. And he just knows when he's done something exceptional for me, and I'm happy to reward him. I would love to extend a thanks for my family who's watching back in New York. All the tears so far are getting to me. My husband, Ed, and my son, Nick, thank you so much for helping me with this journey. A lot of health-related challenges, and a blessing of a second guide dog. And in saving the best for last, Natalie, Adrian's puppy raiser. Adrian comes from a very loving home with a lot of other pets and other service animals. And you just need to know that going back into school as a teacher, that I'm now able to hold my head up high and walk through the hallways and teach my students. And it's just going to be a fun ride. So I appreciate all that you've done to prepare Adrian for such a fun life that we'll have together. Here's to never wearing black again at work. And we will be ready to go back to our opening day staff meeting Tuesday morning, bright and early. And just thank you so much for everything you've done, and to everyone here at the school.
Thank you to Guide Dogs and to Meg and our club in Austin for everything they've done. And Adrian is such a love bug, cuddle bug. He's a very, as Meg said, special boy. And I just can't think of a better, more perfect pairing than with Meg and all the adventures he's gonna see. He gets to see real snow now in New York. So I told him not to get too much brain freeze from trying to eat all the snow. But we're just so excited and can't think of a more perfect pairing.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Next up, we have Cassandra Mendez. She received Anaheim, a male Black Labrador Retriever raised by Nanette Cox of Granite Bay, California, and Melissa Plummer of Fiddletown, California. Cassandra is from Worthington, Ohio. Anaheim is her second guide dog. Cassandra works at JP Morgan Chase doing digital accessibility, and in her limited free time, she loves to travel and is excited to adventure with Anaheim.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much all for being here. Thanks and shout out to my family and work colleagues who are also watching online from all over the place. Also, a massive thanks to all of the GDB staff. I have to echo everything that my classmates have said. People have been nothing short of kind and courteous, and being here makes you feel like you're in Disneyland. And speaking of Disneyland, Anaheim. is incredible. I'm obsessed with this dog. He's a remarkable boy. Our instructor, Adam, will tell you that when things tend to go well, I like to giggle. It's just a reflex. And on our first route together, I could not stop laughing. It was the most fun I had had in such a long time. He's an exceptional guide. And for a fast walker, that means a lot because to be able to guide safely and effectively, but also like just fly, boy, he has that talent. And speaking of Adam, man, you just did a fantastic job with this dog. It's so special that I got to work with him, and that, you know, Anaheim, who I like to think was his favorite of the string, just loves him, and I like have to agree. I had so much fun. He's the coolest dude. It was the best. And I'm a huge Swiftie. So when I got Anaheim, this big boy, I just was like, wow, dude, you're built like a football player, man. And then I thought, because I've been told I look like Taylor Swift, the biggest compliment you could ever give me. But I was like, oh my gosh, this is my Travis. And they got engaged while we were in class, and I'm like, this is my soulmate. So, you know, he wouldn't be who he is. He wouldn't be my soulmate without the wonderful Nanette and Melissa. Thank you for giving Anaheim a piece of you guys and your wonderful families. I can't thank you enough. We're going to take on the world. Thank you.
Whew, how do you follow that? that was so sweet. So I'm Nanette, and I'm co-raised in Anaheim with Melissa. He is, when we first got him and we heard his name was Anaheim, I don't know if you felt this way, but I was like, nothing rhymes with Anaheim. What do you do? So my grandson, Eli, decided that he was Animal Fries from In-N-Out Burger. So at our house, he became Animal Fries for the most part. We toyed with some other nicknames, but Animal Fries. I didn't tell you that before. I was like, I'm going to surprise her that Animal Fries was his little nickname. So yeah, kind of from day one, he was the biggest dog in our club, I believe. Our club leader who's here, Kim, I will thank everybody probably at the end of this, but she would track everybody's dogs and how much they weighed, and this goes back like 25 years, and he was one of the big ones. So we had a big boy from the very beginning, but we got here and I went, he's massive, like his chest. So he just really just became of age. I mean, he's just such a polite, grown-up man now. You know, you kind of see him in the puppy stage, and now he's something different thanks to Adam and the hard work, too, that Cassandra put in with him. I know that it kind of looks like all fun and games at the very end, but it's a lot of work, and we totally recognize that. So that, saying all of that, thank you to our club leader, Kim. We have some club members from Cameron Park Puppy Club that are here today to celebrate with us, so we're super happy about that. Our families who, of course, you know, he's always our, like I said, for another graduation, our +1 at everything. And they're like, oh, yep, of course the dog's coming. You know, you don't even have to ask anymore when you're invited to something. They just know you're going to show up with this dog. He did not get to go to Disneyland. I have taken some of the puppies that we've raised to Disneyland, but she's going to take him. So we're super excited. He will get to see Mickey Mouse and after his namesake. But we just could not be happier for you, Cassandra, that he's just so good for you and you for him. And we just look forward to seeing your journey and that you have a lifelong partner now to help you. So good luck.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I'm the other co-raiser, and we really do a half and half job. And our entire family relationship is completely opposite, which is why this works. I have the country home, she has the city home, so he's gotten a lot of everything. The fun part with him, when we first got him with the name Anaheim, is my kids got to go to Disneyland for the very first time in Anaheim. Unfortunately, we did not take him, but because he was too little. But now he's not. I think the funnest story with him was when we had to carry him in on his last shots at the vet hospital. And I am holding this huge dog, and I automatically walked in and sat down, and I'm like, you can check me in from here because I can't go much further because he was so big. But he is an absolutely amazing dog because of all the work that was done here. As Nanette said, when we dropped him off compared to now, it's like a whole nother dog. And even though we did him for a year, the amount of work that was put in for the last 3-4 months is absolutely amazing to make it work today. We do everything as puppy raisers for this day. And that's why we're all crying because it's so huge. And I am so excited to see, because totally Taylor Swift and her man, which I always forget his name, but Travis. And I cannot wait to see, more from them and how they do, because I think they're just going to fly and do amazing.
Thank you so much. Our next graduate today is Rosa Masalam. She received Kincaid, a male black Labrador retriever raised by Kyla Lisnitzky of Oakland, California, and Paula Villanueva, Pinole, California. Rosa is from San Jose. Kincaid is her third guide dog. She is excited to take him home to her fun area and show him around. Here you are, Rosa.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi. As I said, I'm really, really excited to take him home. He works really hard and plays really hard, too. First of all, I wanted to thank all the puppy raisers. It's just remarkable, the job you've done with all these dogs here. And especially my thanks to Kayla, who raised Kincaid for me. Go, Kayla.
Hello, my name is Kayla, and I had the pleasure of raising Mr. Kincaid. Kincaid was the second puppy I've raised and the second one to graduate as a guide dog. This boy has a list of nicknames that he's picked up along the way with me. He is known as Kinny, Kinnycade, Kincaid Lemonade, and the Energizer Bunny. He was even the Energizer Bunny for Halloween. He is known as an Energizer Bunny because he is one who knew how to get a party started at a play date, and he could go forever, no matter what he did that entire day. He would even power nap and have enough energy as he have slept the whole entire night. After picking Kincaid up from the puppy center, of course, I had to Google what his name meant. The meaning of his name is head of the battle. After finding out the meaning of his name, it made complete sense of who he is. Kincaid was a dog from a very young age who would pick up who would be up for any kind of adventure, no matter what it entailed. Also, Kincaid was a very smart dude. He picked up anything within a couple tries. He is so smart that he even picked up routes that I would take to work and knew how to get from my office from public transportation. He even also knew when he got into my office how to get to my desk from the elevator. And then when I would say, "Okay, Kincaid, it's time to go get your frozen Kong," he would run from my desk to the kitchen freezer to grab his Kong. With working in the city in San Francisco, that meant Kincaid would come with me. So that meant all the sorts of public transportation. He went from BART to Transbay Bus and even the ferry sometimes. He became the transportation pro. Kincaid also got to hop on a couple of flights with me and was a total rock star, navigating from airports to flights themselves. I'm really gonna miss this cuddly guy very much, but I know he and Rosa are going to have do great things together as a team. I want to say thank you to the club leaders of Berkeley, Leslie, Zoe, and Aaron, for all their endless support with Kincaid. I also want to thank my friend Isabel, who helped me at the very, very end with Kincaid. I also would like to say thank you to the Berkeley Club for sponsoring Kincaid's harness for Rosa. To Rosa and Kincaid, I am so happy for your new partnership. You two are a great match, and Guide Dogs does a great job at matching people. Wishing you two many fun adventures together that is filled with lots of great memories, puppy kisses, and tail wags. I can't wait to keep in touch. Now, Kincaid, forward.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next graduate today is Denise Vansel. She received Kilby, a male black Labrador retriever raised by Catherine and Thomas Kearney of Long Beach, California, and Joseph Landau of Long Beach, California. Denise is from Santa Rosa, up near wine country, and Kilby is her second guide dog. She is an independent living skills instructor and a recreation therapist.
Wow, what more to say? It's really all also true how wonderful this place is, and from the beginning to the end, just first class all the way. I am lucky that I have Mr. Kilby with me. I now have my new favorite perfume of Kilby Kisses and my favorite accessory of black fur. All of this is unbelievably, crazily exhausting, but so worth it. I can't thank enough the puppy raisers for Kilby. They gave him both sides of possibilities and different places to live. Catherine living in the suburbs of Long Beach with her husband, and they had kitty cats and a family dog, and so he had the full family experience there. And Joe, who lives in the heart of the city of Long Beach in a high-rise, and so I hear that Kilby is an expert in finding elevators. I also really want to thank Adam, who was the trainer for Kilby. Coincidentally enough, my first beloved guide, Caesar, was raised by Kelsey, who is Adam's wife. So we kept it in the family. So if I'm lucky, years down the road and do this again, I'm planning for Kelsey and Adam's 2-year-old daughter to be my next trainer. I also really have to thank Palmer. Palmer was my instructor and just the most patient person and great feedback. I felt like she was cheering me on all the way, and that was my kibble. So, and hilarious, some of the things that we had to go through, like pretending to go through the TSA and the airport. And she was a TSA agent I would not want to run into. We also just had an amazing supervisor with Chelsea, taking care of every little last detail. And I like to think of myself as a detail sister, and my family will attest to that. But Chelsea gave me a run for my money because it's just everything from top to bottom taken care of. I want to thank my family for their love and support, and for holding down the fort while I was gone, and for trying this again and encouraging me, because after my first guide, Caesar, I just didn't know if this was right for me again, and love Caesar so much. But now that I've met Kilby and all the wonderful people involved in raising him, I know I made the right decision. I also want to thank God. No. Isn't that what you're supposed to say? I want to thank John Palaglu. He is a financial advisor in San Francisco who sponsored Kilby and I to become a team. And I can't tell you, there are so many places people can donate to, but this place is worth every penny, worth its weight in gold. And I hope all of you listening think of guide dogs when you go to make donations, because they didn't give me any tissue, but they gave me a new life with Kilby. And I just want to thank all of you, from the nursing staff to the absolutely phenomenal chefs that we have to go on a diet now. And thank you again to my puppy raisers.
Hi, I'm Catherine, and I've raised a few guide dog puppies. I raised my first when I was 16, and Kilby he's like number 15, I think. He's a beautiful boy, and you know, some are easier than others, right? Puppy raisers out there. He was a real pleasure, and such an affectionate boy. And I know he's going to have a beautiful life with Denise and her family. And one thing I've enjoyed over the years is the big family. My family of friends keeps growing. And to see all the positivity in the room when, you know, the world's kind of troubled right now, but to see this positivity is awesome. And I'm so glad to be part of it. And this is my co-raiser, Joe.
Yeah, I'm the co-raiser. My name is Joe Landau. I'm also the president of the Alumni Association for LA County. And I just want to say, as part of the Redondo Beach Puppy Club, that we are donating a harness in behalf of giving Denise the wonderful puppy Kilby. Kilby was the first puppy I've ever raised. I am a guide dog user, so for those alumni that want to take the challenge of raising a puppy, please go at it. I'm also always taken back. This is my third graduation. I'm always taken back by the emotion in the room of those who are getting a new puppy. And now, as a puppy raiser getting rid of a puppy, the emotion of losing Kilby, who was the first puppy I ever raised. But Denise, all the love of Kilby that he'll give you for the rest of your life.
Thank you so much, you guys. We can head back to our seats. And I would like to invite Cassandra up here. She has a couple more words she would like to say. So I'm going to hand the mic back to Cassandra. There you go. And I'm going to step behind.
I hope you're not sick of me yet. Can Chelsea, our class supervisor, come up here? So when I got my first guide 9 years ago, as a little spirited 19-year-old, Chelsea was my instructor. And I'm so honored that she was our supervisor. So from all of the ladies from class 1034, we just wanted to give you a little something. Thank you for everything.
And with that, let's give a huge round of applause to our graduates of class 1034. Thank you guys so much for all of the hard work that you've put in these last couple of weeks. And we really, on behalf of Guide Dogs for the Blind, want to thank each and every one of you for supporting our mission, and go have fun with your dogs. I'm going to invite Marty back up here to close out our ceremony.
Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna bring Adam up too. Gonna do some clicker training. You may have heard Adam's name today many times.
Yeah. Thank you, Marty. Well, congratulations, everyone. Again, you've heard it plenty of times, but you're going to hear it from me too. And that goes for everyone. Like we mentioned, our residents and kitchen staff and housekeeping and the chefs and the instructors. Giving you guys are also kind, giving us our flowers, both figuratively and literally. So thank you very much for all the kind words. It does mean a lot. We appreciate it. This is a very meaningful job, but it never hurts to hear it from your end as well. So great job, and you all are a real pleasure to have in class. So good job from me too. So I know what you're thinking. I have the unenviable task of having to follow all that. And so I would like to talk to you all about a very specific training exercise we do here called back chaining. And how many people here in the room, this is your first graduation? Okay, a good amount. All right, awesome. Sure, let's clap. Yeah, awesome. Thanks. Good idea, Larry. I asked that because I'm wondering how many people have seen this demo before, but it seems like most of us haven't, so that's awesome. Let's get into it. So this is kind of a cool thing to kind of open our world out to maybe the more novel dog handler, or if you're not as experienced, we can try to break something down for you that may seem complicated in theory, but actually is kind of cool when it's really simplified. And this is how we do it in class with our instructors. And I know all 5 of them could come up here and crush this as equally. I will be calling on one of our resident staff professionals though in a little bit here. And also I would be remiss, Cassandra, I almost forgot, Kincaid's trainer Allison, who is watching via live stream, says hi and congratulations. She trained Kincaid. She was a teammate of ours that couldn't be here. So good job, Kincaid. Allie says hi. Also, hi, Mom. Okay, so let's talk about back chaining. So I'm gonna grab a chair here as a reference point. So think about when a dog is finding something like a door or a chair or a handrail outside, an APS pole, which we use to, like an audible press button to cross the street. It can be pretty challenging. It's a very specific thing, right? So what we've done is this technique called back chaining. It basically makes it really approachable, simplifies it for the dog. It magnetizes them heavily to the object with tons of food reward, and also clicking. So, which you will hear in a minute here too. And what we would be doing is basically just shaping a behavior link by link, and that comes in where the chain term comes in. So back, starting at the very end of the goal behavior first, and then chain, we're basically just doing small approximations, bless you, to make it very approachable to the dog, right? Because if we were to start from like step 7, we might not be as confident that they're really understanding it or getting it. But in this way, we just break it down little by little. So, and as you'll see, they catch on really fast, and I'm sure our clients would tell you too. So without further ado, Marissa, our resident advisor, if you wouldn't mind joining me up here on stage with your guide dog, Jim. Let's give it up for Marissa. She makes it to the stage. Riley's trying to say hello as Jim comes up here. Here's your chair, Marissa. Good. We did say spirited, right? I know what you all are thinking. Since when did you guys add Great Pyrenees to the mix, right? No, Jim is actually, he's the first one. He's our pilot Great Pyrenees. No, Jim is actually a Golden Retriever Lab mix. He is just very fluffy. So he's got a beautiful, luxurious coat. All right, so Marissa, let's just start from the beginning, right? So why don't you show him how we would start? Marissa is making a small fist to act as a target point. And y'all are seeing Jim, we call it boop, right? Boop it with his nose. He's booping it. So what Marissa's gonna do with that fist now, that he has done it a couple times, is she's gonna now place it on the object she would like him to gravitate to, which he does admirably. You hear the click, right? The click happens the moment he boops the target. Eventually, we will fade out that hand from a target because the ideal behavior is moving towards the chair, right? Whether it's a pole, a door, whatever it is, you can fade that hand out once they're starting to get it. So, Marissa, what would be the next step? Let's see it. Good job. Notice how she just took like a step and a half, 2 steps back. Again, keeping it simple, very approachable for Jim. Good job. Multiple, successive. We like to keep it fluid, keep it consistent, keep it lighthearted. Notice how she's not saying heel. We're not giving any commands yet. Good job, Jim. Taking her to the chair. Marissa's gonna keep making like a couple more steps back, right? So Jim isn't taking like 20 giant steps back. Good boy. Jim, you seem like you've done this before. Good job, as he's wagging that big luxurious tail. So Marissa, continue on. Got some good consistency going here. Now for those of you, it may have seemed subtle, but on that one, Jim actually started pulling before any momentum, right? So feel like he's getting the hang of it. So now Marissa's gonna go all the way back to the door from the hallway, and we're gonna see if Jim can get it from all the way over there. Now, this could be too big of a step, maybe, I don't know. If it was, that's okay. We could just shorten the length on the next time and see at what point he does continue to get it, right? But oh my gosh, he's got it. Good job, Jim. So the last 2 things that Marissa added on that last exposure was saying the word of the thing, chair, and then also, besides having a party at it, she's actually taking a seat in the chair because that helps contextualize to the dog, right? Like, this is meaningful. This is why I want you to show me this object or item. So now Jim is very proud of his work, as of all you, and Marissa, great job. Let's give it up for them. I'll go ahead and move this out of the way. All right, and who's closing us out? Marty, are you gonna come back up? All right, awesome. So I will hand it back off to Marty to close it out. Thank you all so much for being here today, and congrats again.
I was hoping you'd give me a clicker, but okay, here I am. This has been so much fun. Thank you all for helping create the positivity in the room here in Disneyland North. And to that, Cassandra, no, we're not sick of you. In fact, I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure this is my Travis, this is my soulmate is our tagline going forward. Our team had lost a lot of productivity Tuesday morning when the announcement came, Taylor and Travis, so broke the internet. Thank you so much. Again, thank you, Alex. Thank you, Adam, Marissa, Jim, Jane, and Carol. That was a wonderful presentation, all of you, and for sharing so many great stories. I know it's not easy to come up here. Evidence of that. This concludes our presentation. If you're interested in volunteering, joining our staff, that includes you, Little Gilbert, or know anyone in the room who'd benefit from our services, please visit our website, guidedogs.com. If you'd like to make a donation to support our mission after hearing Denise speak so eloquently, please text to donate partnerships to 50155. For viewers at home, we hope to see you soon. Thank you from sunny California.